Alright, Barakatha Yahweh, Barakatha Yahweh Shah, Barakatha Yahweh, Barakatha Yahweh Shah, Call Halayim La Alahai Nawa, Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shah, Bashim, Rakak Wadash. Alright, Call Halayim La Alahai Nawa, Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shah, Shalom Mabarakim, La Bakayarim, Yasha Allah, Washin Nikabad, Gawala Wakab, Zakwanya Nawa, Waha Shalayakim Nawa, Yasha Allah, Ba'aith. Alright, Yahweh is the Heavenly Father's name. Yahweh Shah is the Son's name. That's who I gave all praises to in the Hebrew, in the name of the Holy Spirit. The world ignorantly calls him God and Jesus Christ. I also said peace and blessings to the elect of Israel, because that's who Yahweh Shah is coming to save. And double honors to our elders and apostles of Israel coming back in these times, known as a great millstone. Isaiah chapter 50, the 50th chapter, verses 7 through 9. And I had started some videos called NAAHMAN Affirmations, which NAAHMAN means faithful. All right. So this is just another faithful affirmation, if you will. All right. So I'm just gonna go do from 7 to 9. All right. So verse 7, it says, "For the Lord will help me; therefore shall I not be confounded. Therefore I have set my face like a flint, and I know that I shall not be ashamed." So in the Hebrew, all right, and I can show you also. I can show you also. I'll read it one time through, and then I'll go into the blue letter and break down some of the words. All right, so let's go to verse 7, and I'll read this. All right, verse 7 says, "Wa adunya." Oh, you can see the mouse. Okay, yeah, come. So you have Wa adunya, Yahweh, Ya Azar, Laya, Al, Khan, La'a, Na Kalam, Thaya, Al Khan, Shamthaya, Panya, Ka Chalamyash, Wa Adunya, Salakia, Wa Adai, Kaya, La'a, Abawash. Now that's verse 7, and that again, that's for the Lord will help me, therefore shall I not be confounded, therefore have I set my face like a flint, and I know that I shall not be ashamed. All right, and these are just, again, these are faithful affirmations. So you have Wa Adunya, which means for the Lord. Then you have Yahweh, the Lord's name. All right, God. So you have God, all caps. All right, and then you have Yahweh, so that's Yahweh's name. Then you have Ya Izar La Ya, which means will or shall. Ya before a word means shall. In this case, in this instance, it's will. Then you have Izar, which means help, and then La Ya means to me. All right, just like you see in here. You have Ya Izar La Ya, which means to help me. Then you have Al Khan, which means therefore. All right. Anytime you see Al Khan in the precepts, it means therefore. It literally means, if you were to translate into English, it's Al means upon and Khan means yes. So upon yes. So therefore, and then you have La'a na kalamthaya, which means not I be confounded. You have La'a, which means not, and then Na Kalam Thaya means I be confounded. Kalam at the root there means to be confounded, all right, and the Na on the front and the Thaya on the end makes it personal to yourself. So you have Thaya, which means basically sometimes it means I have or I. All right, so when you come down here in the blue letter, let me just show you again. You see Kalam means confounded. So moving on here, you have al Khan, because right after confounded, what do we have again? Therefore. So you have al Khan, Shamthaya, which means set. I have set. Sham means set or to put. Thaya means I have, all right, or it means place. All right, Shamthaya means place. When you come to this precept here, I have another source so you can see here. Yeah, right up here. You see, Shamthay means I place or I have set. All right, so we go back to the precept. The next word is punya, which means my face. Pan, face, ya, my. And then you have ka chalamyash. Ka chalamyash. Alright, chalamyash means the flint. Ka before a word means as. Alright, just like, so let me show you here in the Lashwan. You have ka chalamyash. Alright, and when you want to find out what this word is, you can go in the blue letter here. You scroll down and we see that word chalamyash means flint. All right, and the last word, I believe, in the last couple of words here in the precept is wa adai, which means and I know. Wa and I um, is the is I, and then you have the die, salakia, the die here on the end, which means to know. Then you have kaya la'ah, which means, where are we at here? And I know that that not. All right, so the kaya means that, la'ah means not, and then bawash means I be ashamed. So kaya, la'ah, not that, and then bawash means I be ashamed. So again, wa adunya in the Lord Yahweh, the power, Ya Izar Laya shall help me, Al Khan therefore, La'ah not, Na Kalamthaya I'll be confounded, Al Khan therefore, Shamthaya I have set, Punya my face, Ka Halamyash as the flint, Wa Adai and I know, Kaya La'ah that not, Abawash I be ashamed. Alright, let's go on to verse 8. The next affirmation here. Alright. So Yeshaya chapter 50 and verse 8, it says, He is near that justify me, who will contend with me. Let us stand together. Who is mine adversary? Let him come near to me. And let me just read it in the Hebrew, and then I'll go and explain some of these words here. And again, if this is one of the videos where, if you like the Hebrew, you want to get into Hebrew, this is a video that it'll be edifying for you. But some of you have some Israelites, they find that this is boring. This is not popping. Well, I personally don't care. All right, this is for the sincere and the elect. All right, to be built up and rooted and to have a faithful affirmation. Because ain't no faithful affirmations in Esau society. All right, so call halal Yahweh Bashim Yahweh for returning this part of a heritage to us. So this is Psalms 50 and 8. Let's read it in English. It says, He is near that justifieth me. Who will contend with me? Let us stand together. Who is mine adversary? Let him come near to me. And that's Kwarawab, Matazadayakya, Maya, Yarayub, Athya, Na'imada, Yachad, Maya, Baal, Mashapatya, Yagash, Alya. Alright, so the first word there, Qararab, means to come near. Alright, he is near. Qararab, come near. Mataza Dayakya, which means that justifieth me. So you have Ma means of or from, and then you have Taza Dayak, which means to justify, alright, or to make righteous. And then you have Ya on the end, which is me. So you have of righteous me, or of justify, who of justifying me. Ma tazadayakya. And again, Salaki, if I come short trying to make this make sense in the English, because the Hebrew is so strong. Next we have Maya Yarayub, which means who shall contend. Maya means who. Alright, that's how you say who in the Hebrew, or what. You have Maya, and then you have Yarayub, which means shall contend. Ya in the foreword means shall, and then you have the word here, Rayub, means to contend. Alright, so when you scroll down, you can see here, Rayub means contend. And again, Tazadak means justified. Next is Athya. Alright, Athya means with me, or within me. So you have Ath, which means with, and then the Ya means me. Alright, let's just see what the interlinear is going to say here for verse 8. Alright, Athya, there we go, right there. You see that? Athya means with me. Next word is NAAHMAN, which means uh, stand. That means stand. All right, Ahmad means stand. All right, or to be at attention, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, so it says Na Aymara Yachad, which means stand together. Na before a word makes it plural. All right, when there's not a thaya on the end. If there's a na on the front and there's no thaya or a ya on the end, then you know it's meaning plural. So you have na Aymara, and then Yachad means together or as unity or as one. Yachad. Next is Maya. Again, Maya means who, and then you have Ba'al, which means adversary, all right, or owner. I'm gonna explain this. Usually, we see adversary would be shaitan, or would be ayub, which means my adversary. Ayub means adversary, but in this case, when I saw this, I had to go into it to get the understanding. I prayed to Yahweh Shema Shah because I couldn't quite figure this out, but through the Spirit, I did. So you have Maya, which means who again, and then Ba'al Mashapatya means of judgment. So we have who is the owner of the judgment. So when this says who is mine adversary, in the Hebrew it's really saying who is the owner of my judgment. All right, because when you come down here and you look up this word Baal, all right, and you come to the definition, it says owner, lord, citizens, inhabitants, rulers. All right, and then when you go down into the scriptures, all these words, you always do this to figure out the other senses that it's used in English. You have archers, you have married, you have husband, owner, master. So I kept seeing owner and master. I'm like, why does this say this? And then the next word is judgment. Because when you read it literally in English from the Hebrew, instead of saying who is mine adversary, it's really who is the owner of my judgment. Ma Shapatya means ma, from or of. Shapat means judge, and then the ya on the end is my. And then you have Yagash, which means to come near, and then al ya means to me or upon me. Al upon or to, and then the ya me. And again, Yagash down here, Yagash means to come near. The root word is nagash, but when the ya is in front of a word, that also means let. All right, sometimes it'll mean he, sometimes it means shall, and also it means let. So you have yagash alya. So from the beginning, all right, I'll show you in the last one here. You have Quararab, which means near. Ma tazadayakya is justifies me. Ma tazadayakya, Ma tazadayakya justifies me. Maya Yarayub, who shall contend, Athya, with me. Na Imada Yachad, let's stand together. Na Imada, stand, Yachad, together. Maya Baal Mashapatya, who is mine adversary, or who is the owner of my judgment. Yagash Alya, Yagash, near Asalakia. Yagash, again, Yagash means near. Yeah, Khan. Yagash, let him near Alya to me. All right, verse 9. That's the last one here, and I'll just read it straight through. All right, verse 9. Behold, the Lord will help me. Who is he that shall condemn me? Lo, they all shall wax old as a garment. The moth shall eat them up. All right, now let's get the last one for Dash, the ancient Hebrew here. All right, so in the Hebrew, let me just read this straight through. About Ibaria, which means in the Hebrew, verse 9. It says, Han Adunya Yahweh, Ya Izar La Ya, Maya Hawa'ah, Ya Rashayai Naya, Han Kalam, Kabagad, Yabalwa, Aish, Ya Akalam. Ya akalam. All right, which just means shall eat it up. So we're gonna go through this. All right, so the first word in the Hebrew, all right, is gonna be hun. All right, hun, which means behold. Next is gonna be adunya, which means the Lord. All right, or the Lord, and then you have Yahweh, which means God, and then you have Ya'azar, which means will help me or shall help, and then you have Laya, me to me, Maya, who, Hawa'a, he, Yara Shayai, Naya, shall condemn me, Ya shall, Rashayai, condemn, Naya, me. All right, and so you can see it here. You have, it's kind of hard to highlight here. You have the Ya, okay, and then you have the Rashayai Naya, so shall condemn me. Next is Han Kalam. Han lo or behold, and then Kalam, which means shall wax, which basically means to wax or be to consumed or confounded. So Kalam, wax, and then Kabagad, which means as a garment. All right, you come down here. The way you say garment in Hebrew is bagad. And Salakia, hold up. That word kalam is not in this list. I'm pretty sure it means to consume though, so that's why I have this here. All right, let's go to verse 9. All right, verse 9. Yeah, all of them. Okay, yeah, all kalam. Kalam means all of them. Call by itself means all. When you add the ma on the end, it makes it plural. So this lo, han, lo, kalam, all of them. Kabagad shall wax old, or sorry, I'm sorry, Kabagad as garment, Yabalwa shall wax old, Ya shall, the root word there, Bala is the old, and then the Wa on the end is it. So what's waxing old, or what is the it that's waxing old is their garments, all right, their vestures. These people that try to come up against us, eventually they're just going to wax old. We have to have this faithful affirmation, or this NAAHMAN affirmation within us. All right, so that's what this portion is saying here. So we have Kabagad, Yabawa, Aish means moth. How you say moth in Hebrew? And they have Ya Akalam, which means they shall eat it. All right, shall eat it. Ya shall, Akal means to eat, and then the ma on the end makes it plural. All right. So again, in the English, this precept, we read this precept here, Salakia. All right. It says, behold, the Lord will help me. Who is he that shall condemn me? Lo, they shall wax old as a garment. The moth shall eat them up. All right, and I'll just go back and read it straight through in the Hebrew and English one last time. All right, for edification's sake. So this is Yeshaya chapter 50 and verse 7. All right, it says, Wa adunya Yahweh Ya'azar Laya Al-Kan La'a Na Kalamthaya Al-Kan Shamthaya Paya Ka Halamyash Wa Adai Kayala Abawash Kwawarab Matazadayakya Maya Yarayab Athya Na Imada Yahud Maya Baal Mashapatya Yagash Alya. Verse 9. Han Adunya Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai Ya Azar Laya Maya Hawa'a Yarashayai Naya Yarashayai Naya Han Kalam Kabagad Slagi Kabagad Yabalwa Aish Ya Akalam. All right, so with that, I want to say Barak Yahweh, Barak Yahweh Shai. I pray and I know that you were edified through the Spirit, that you took notes, write this down, and that you can use this as a NAAHMAN affirmation through the Spirit. This is Isaiah chapter 50, verse 7 through 9. All right, and again, I pray and I know that you were edified, and that you can kind of use this as a spiritual defense for the times we're coming into, because you have a lot of people that are come with their physical and spiritual attacks against our faith in Yahweh Shai and our doctrine, our truth that we hold fast to and we proclaim. All right, and let us keep proclaiming it until the end. So again, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, say Shalom to the elect and double honors to our elders and apostles, known as Great Millstone coming back in these times. All right, and the reincarnation in the Hebrew, that would be God Waller Cub. All right, Shalom.